Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm giving you a presentation on my final project for the agroforestry class. So, my location I chose just based on where I'm currently farming now in Taos, New Mexico. So, I've been here for about a year farming on 14 acres that's been on and off farmed at least since the 1800s, if not before that. There's even evidence of before the Spanish, the Pueblo, using the river runoff for their crops as well. And now I'm on this land with this shared acequia water, and turn the camera over. It's kind of hard to see this. There we go. Now it's in focus. So here is right here is the temple at the Hanuman temple, and here is where our acequia inlet runs, and it goes all the way up to the river that comes down from the Taos Mountain. And I'll show you a video now of an aerial drone footage that we took. It's kind of quickly, but you can see that mountain. You can see that mountain view right there in the background, just to get an idea of that. So our soil is mostly silt clay, and it's very alkaline from the limestone sediment below the ground. Because we're in the river valley, we oftentimes suffer compaction. As you can see, a somewhat poorly drained Caroso variant silt clay loam is in our back field, which it's a low point, so it suffers the most flooding and compaction. And so the agroforestry design is going to be selected specifically to remedy that compaction in that backfield and also prevent erosion and runoff, and create a windbreak, and also a shade shelter for understory crops such as brassicas and roots. So we are located in Taos, New Mexico in zone 5B. So our growing season is very short compared to other parts of the United States because we're up at 7,000 feet. So it could frost as soon as September, and the frosts wouldn't stop until perhaps May even. So we're kind of working with certain limitations. We can't really grow subtropical or tropical unless if it was in a greenhouse of some kind. This past December, I actually took a soil test, and a Haney test, which tests basically what kind of life you have in your soil. And we found that we had a huge population of fungus, and that we actually have the highest fungus to bacteria ratio in the county. And this is partially from being in the river valley, and also because of mountainous soils tend to be fungal dominated anyway. But despite being in a very alkaline area, we still have lots of organic matter and nutrients in our soil, and predators in our soil, indicating a healthy biological web going on. So this is kind of an estimation of where trees go. Each of those little circles are trees. The green ones are Siberian pea shrubs, so lines of Siberian pea shrubs creating a windbreak and putting nitrogen in the soil. They're also edible and could be a fodder crop for animals in the future. They're kind of shorter, and then in the back having pecan trees, which can grow up to 100 feet, and that would break lots of wind. This year we had droughts and wildfires and wind and sandstorms, so having tall trees would help mitigate those conditions, preventing crop damage on the farm. And all the red circles represent choke trees, or choke cherry trees, which are very popular with the native peoples around here for preserves and jams. And that would be about a medium-sized tree that would go in between the larger trees. And the gray circle in the back represents a black locust tree, which is also native to this region. And then all those orange circles represent gooseberry bushes. There's already plenty of gooseberries back there, but just adding more. And all the yellow circles represent golden rain trees, which would provide, well, they look really nice, and they provide lots of shade, and that could be used for understory crops. All the black circles over here represent black currants. And really, like, this year we ran out of shaded area to put our brassicas in our root crops, and so a lot of things bolted. And by increasing the amount of shade that we have on the property, that would also increase the amount of brassicas in root crops that we could plant in the back field. And it would also help with our groundwater table, probably make it less alkaline over time, and just make better use of the water coming onto the property in general. Well, that's all I have for you, so I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and let me know with your comments what you think, or if you have any questions. Alright, thanks, have a good day.